I'm Jack Slocum with Option Alpha. Today we're going to be starting up this brand new bot. It's called the Tasty Condor, and it is a bot that trades a longer duration 45 plus DTE strategy that's been promoted by Tasty Trade for a very long time. Ton Sosnoff is a big proponent of it. We're going to go over the strategy a little bit here and some of the basics behind why this strategy is one that I'm adding to my arsenal. If you've been following along in this video series, you know I have a bunch of bots that I've back tested that trade 0 DTE. I have a few other bots up here that are trading mid-range, but I don't actually have any bots that are trading a longer DTE to capture theta. And so this will be the first one that I'm starting to try to balance my portfolio a bit. First off, I'll start with a little context as to what we're looking at here. This is the results of a back test for an Iron Condor strategy that is trading 45 days plus DTE, 20 delta for the short legs, and then varying widths for the long legs. And this article is on tastytrade.com. I'll share a link to the bot in the video description below, and there's a link there where you can come and actually review this article for yourself. But this part right here in the very beginning is where they actually tested holding the position all the way until expiration. And here's the average P&L, here's the average premium collected, and here's the win rate if they were to do so. But as we scroll down here, they show additional details about the results of this back test. The one here is just noting that the $10, $15, and $20 wings were actually best performing when holding all the way until expiration. The second chart here that we're looking at is what happens if you close the position when it captures 50% of the premium that you collected when you sold it. And you can see here the $15 wing stands out. And if we scroll down, they also show what happens if you close the position at 21 DTE, so you don't hold it until expiration and take away all of that risk associated with the last 21 days, and you still closed it at 50% of profits. You can see the $15 wide wings and the $20 wide wings did best. All right, so the next video we're going to jump into so I can explain a little bit more about this. This is an old video produced by Tasty Trade, which just covers kind of the entry and exit rules for this strategy. It's very basic. I will include a link to it as well. But basically the idea is to enter positions with 30 to 60 DTE. I'm choosing to enter in 45 DTE or higher. You can capture a lot of the theta without having as much risk that's associated with holding the position near expiration. The second part of this video is best practices for when you should exit, and they're also recommending 50% of the credit that you receive or 21 days until expiration. The last part here is I just want to see how much risk there is actually associated with holding these positions. And it shows here that if you were to hold it all the way until expiration, even a 30 delta Iron Condor, keep in mind I'm trading a 20 delta, so it's a bit further and these numbers are actually lower. If you trade a $20 wide one, the chances of it actually going for a max loss were 0.07%. So there's a high level overview of the data I collected kind of coming up with this bot. I'll share it again in the description of the bot so you can take a look at it and review it if you want to and adjust any of the settings. I'm going to come up and take a look at the actual bot here. This is the bot, and I've taken a lot of the settings for the bot and converted them into bot inputs here so it can be changed. So for example, I'm choosing to trade the $15 spread width as was tested within the video. I'm trading one contract at a time, and I have my exit options here set according to the recommendation in the video, which is profits at 50% and expiration 21 DTE. I'm also choosing not to open any new positions when the VIX is above 35. And then the second part here is this bot actually will look to open a new Iron Condor, 45 DTE or more, at a maximum frequency of every 5 days. And the thing is that it filters to see if it already has a position open in a particular expiration. So it actually trades a lot less frequently than 5 days, typically somewhere around 10 days in the testing that I was doing. If we take a look at how complex the bot actually is, you can see it checks the VIX to make sure it's below the 35 value we just set. This is looking to see has enough time passed since that trade frequency variable we just looked at, or the bot has never opened a position. And then here as well is just checking to make sure it doesn't already have a position with the exact same expiration. And then lastly, it's opening up the Iron Condor here using a 20 delta and the configurable spread width we put in before. So This is the new bot that I'm starting up. I'm going to go ahead and turn the automations on. The only other thing I changed here is I set the scan speed to every 1 minute, and I also changed the daily positions to 1 per day and the position limit to a maximum of 4 at once. I will share this bot as a template that you can turn on for yourself if you want to give it a try in the Option Alpha community. This one is trading live in my account, my Tradier account up here, and it's ready to go. The last thing I'm going to do here before we jump off is I'm going to jump on over here into Trade Ideas, and there's a bit of volatility in the market today, so I'm going to go ahead and look for a new trade idea. I'm going to set my reward risk to 100% or higher, and my probability of max profit to 55% or higher, and see what I can find in here right now. So basically what I'm looking for here is a coin flip that's slightly rigged in my favor. I want at least even money on the amount that I'm risking, and I want a 55% chance or higher of actually winning that. So let's take a look here at some of these positions. I'm going to click here so I can see which ones are short call spreads. So let's look at this Schwab short call spread. Bid-ask spread isn't too bad. Get it down to, say, 41 cents. Where would I be there? The reward risk dropped pretty considerably. So I can still get 72% at 42. If I was to risk up to, say, around that amount. Smart pricing normal, bot, manual trading. See if I can get filled on this one. I'm going to actually bump that up to 40. Yeah, we'll try 42. And boom, we just got filled at 42 cents. All right, so I'm going to come in here. I'm going to set my exit options to 40% of that credit so I can take profits pretty quickly. Set it to exit fast, and I'll wait at least 1 day to avoid pattern day trading. One quick review of this trade. Our probability of max profit is 57%, probability of profit is 60%, and the overall reward risk is 72% for this position. So we'll see how this plays out. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.